Welcome to Rica Subtest 1 online test preparation course presented by ricatest.com. Now let's move on to teaching syllabic analysis. Remember that syllabic analysis is when students decode a word using their knowledge of the syllables of the word. The traditional model for identifying the number of syllables in a word is to teach the children to clap out the syllables. For example, napkin has two syllables, or another one, disbelieve, has three syllables. The next content specification you will learn is how to teach the students to use their knowledge of structural analysis and syllabic analysis in order to spell multisyllabic words. Follow these steps to choose appropriate spelling words to teach. First, the words must be appropriate for the student's age level. And then the amount of words to be learned needs to be differentiated for individual student needs. For example, a student who struggles to spell should be given fewer words to learn than an advanced learner. Rica Test scores like seen when examinees use multisensory strategies to teach. In this next set of slides, you will learn ways to use multisensory strategies to help children spell multisyllabic words. To provide a spelling lesson that will help students remember the spelling, one way is to allow the children to look at a word and write it multiple times. We call this repetition. Now, let's talk about adding the visual element of color into instruction. Here, the student will highlight or use a different colored pen to write the target pattern that the spelling list covers. For example, if the student is learning the IE pattern, they will write all of the letters in the word in one color and then use a different color for the target language. Here, for example, again, IE, field, peace, cried, relief. Another approach to teaching a multisensory spelling lesson is adding an auditory component to the lesson. For lessons like these, the student says each letter aloud as they write the spelling word. Kinesthetic learning happens through motion or movement. A spelling exercise like this might involve the students drawing overly large letters in the sky with their fingers. One of the ways children love to learn the most is using the tactile approach. This means getting the kids to actually get their hands on things to learn through touch. For spelling instruction, a teacher gives the students an overly texturized piece of material, such as sandpaper or Play Doh, and the student writes the words with their fingers over this material. This approach is great for very young learners. Teachers also teach students to spell larger, more complex words by identifying the chunks of letters within words. We call these phonograms, such as ite. Here, we can teach students that if they know the ite ending, they will also be able to spell words like bright, right, light, tight, might, and even more. The second approach to showing the strong relationship between orthographic knowledge, word analysis, and demonstrating the knowledge of systematic, explicit instruction in orthography of teaching spelling is to apply common orthographic generalizations, like rules. For example, changing the ending of a word from Y to IES when forming the plural. For example, here we have butterfly to butterflies, where we dropped the Y and added IES, as well as baby to babies, and then also worried to worries. Feeling nervous about taking your Rica test? Click the link in the description below, get full access to this Rica test prep course, and start feeling prepared for test day.